GOP lawmakers believe former CIA Director John Brennan should be indicted, they say, for making false statements to Congress regarding the false Steele dossier that was used during the Russia collusion hoax. Brennan has been referred to the Department of Justice for criminal prosecution as the federal investigation continues with former top-level Obama administration officials. And joining us now to discuss is retired veteran FBI Special Agent in Charge, Jody Weis. Good morning to you, sir. Good to see you.
Good morning, Jan.
Now, you say there are specific reasons why Brennan was referred to the DOJ when you look back at his testimony to that House Judiciary Committee. This was back in 2023. So what did he say about his involvement back then, and what evidence refutes that?
Yes, Javier.
Yeah, Brennan claimed that the CIA was not involved at all, that the first time he saw the dossier was post-election. However, the committee found out that this was not correct. Brennan personally received and analyzed that dossier pre-election.
What did he say about it and also the objections to it from senior CIA analysts?
Yeah, Brennan claimed that the CIA was very much opposed to including the dossier in the Intelligence Community Assessment, or ICA, on Russian interference. However, the committee found that Brennan actually overruled senior CIA analysts' objections to use it. In fact, they discovered an email where he said, and I quote, "My bottom line is that I believe that the information warrants inclusion in the report." And when the analyst pushed back, his response was, and I quote, "Yes, but doesn't it ring true?"
So there is, you say, evidence from the 2020 House Permanent Select Committee on that intelligence. What specifically?
Yeah, Brennan claimed, of course, the dossier was not used in any way as a basis for the ICA. But the House report shows that the ICA, the Intelligence Community Assessment, actually referenced and summarized the dossier. So despite its lack of corroboration, Brennan pushed against objections from senior CIA analysts for its inclusion in the report.
Do you think it's just a matter of time then that, former National Intelligence Director James Clapper will also see some kind of criminal referral as well? I mean, because the CIA and National Intelligence work in tandem, right?
Yeah, they certainly should work together. And you look at this recent referral of Brennan to the Department of Justice for further investigation. You combine that with Comey's indictment. James Clapper has to be wondering if he's next. But what this shows, Jan, is that this administration, this Department of Justice, is actually going to hold the Biden, or actually the Obama era officials, accountable for what they did with the Russian hoax case, because that totally undermined President Trump's first term.
And Jody, we're starting to see Trump's enormous operation to clean up America's streets with this war on drugs. There was a historic, massive drug bust in Philadelphia last week. In fact, one of the largest drug busts in decades, targeting one of the most prolific drug blocks in Philly. Tell us about this operation and how the FBI helped to bring down this really dangerous drug trafficking organization.
Yeah, what a great case. This is what the FBI does really well. Multi-year investigation, multiple locations. The case was taken down in Philadelphia, but there were stash houses and other locations in Delaware, New Jersey, and even Puerto Rico. But it shows the great cooperation between the United States Attorney's Office, the Philadelphia FBI field office, as well as the Philadelphia Police Department, along with some other agencies. But this gang, this was a bad group of individuals. 33 people were indicted. And what were they indicted for? Because they were flooding the city of Philadelphia with drugs for more than a decade. And why is this a big deal? Because the drug they were pushing was fentanyl. There were more than 1,000 deaths in Philadelphia alone in 2024. So this type of case, I think, really shows this administration's commitment to focusing on law and order. But more importantly, at least to me, because of my background in the FBI, it shows the FBI's focus on what it should be doing: investigating criminal organizations, counterterrorism, looking at public corruption, violent crime, human trafficking. This is what the FBI does, not the political lawfare, sadly, that we witnessed for 4 years under the previous administration.
Retired veteran FBI Special Agent in Charge, Jody Weis, thank you very much.
Thanks, Jan.